Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Kim Love Jones here, certified relationship coach. I am excited to be on tonight. I got a little lost with the time. I was in here doing something and forgot. I said, oh my God, it's 7:15. I gotta go. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to jump on tonight. I think this is gonna be so. Hey, Audrey Sam, how are you, baby? How are you? How's everything? I am sharing this video out. I am sharing it out. I am sharing it out. Yes. Hey, baby. Yes. Welcome. So tonight I wanted to talk about, of course, you know, I am Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach, and I help men and women heal so that they can get to the love that they deserve and desire. And that's what I do. That's what I does. And it's absolutely amazing. I just shared the video out. And what I'm doing, and I'm extremely proud of, is I'm extremely proud of the fact that I am helping so many people get to where it is that they really want to be in their lives and in their relationships, right? So, hey, Silverback, I see you. How are you? Yes, so I'm just going to give it just a moment to give some more people some time to come in. I am going to share out the live. I am sharing it out. Yes, I am. I don't even know. It's so many. I don't know if I'm sharing it to the same person. I don't know. Yes, but I am here. Yes, so I am. Yes. Hey, Jen, I see you, baby. How are you? How you doing, my love? I see you. I see y'all coming up in the room. I said, let me share it out. Yes. How are you, baby? You good? Yes. I'm so glad that you're here. Next week, I'm doing my sub-only live. Hey, Heart, I see you. Thank you, baby, for the daily heart me. I appreciate you. Next week, I am doing my sub-only live, so it is going to be going down. I'm not quite sure what we're going to be talking about, but I'm probably going to do like 5 things that you can do to improve. Thank you, Jen. Thank you for the daily heart me, baby. I was just talking about you today to a girl here on TikTok. I'm going to share it out. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to probably be talking about 5 things that's going to help you to improve the healing process and things that we need to be conscious of if we're going to get to where it is that we want to be. But what I want to talk about tonight is I want to talk about the times that we've shrunk ourselves, like we silenced our own voices, like we dealt with people who didn't want to hear what we had to say. They did not honor us, right? I want to talk about it because I think I want to also give you ways so that you'll stop shrinking your voice, so that you'll stop shrinking yourself to fit into the narrative that somebody told you should have for your relationship. Somebody told you that, you know, you just have to deal with shenanigans in relationships. Somebody told you that this is how relationships are, that you struggle, right? And we're not talking about financially, we're talking about mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Hey, Malika, I see you, baby. I see you, my love. How are you? And a lot of times we get so caught up and we believe the press. We believe the press about what a relationship is supposed to look like. Because all we've ever seen, and I say this almost every night, is dysfunction. And because we believe, you know, that there's no perfect relationship, and we've intellectualized that, and we understand that as a foundational truth, right? We definitely understand that, right? Hey, Black China, I see you, baby. How are you? Yes, it's good to see you. It's definitely good to see you. But we have been conditioned to be about struggle love. The kind of love where nobody's hearing anybody, where it's normal to yell and not talk. It's normal to walk away and not communicate. You think that you're silent, that you just need to be quiet to keep the peace. Somebody told you that, you learned that behavior. So tonight I want to talk about the fact that when you shrink, the resentment grows. I see you, Malika. I see you, baby. When you shrink yourself, resentment grows. And I want to tap into that because I want to talk about it from the perspective that you're doing yourself a disservice, but you're also doing the relationship a disservice when you do not honor you. So I want to get into that. I want to tap into that tonight. That's what I'm going to be talking about. The ways in which we can be better partners, better to ourselves, and better friends, right? I know that everybody watching, if I say hit the number 1, if you have always wanted to be married to or have a relationship with your best friend. Type a 1 in the chat if you've always desired to have a love. Thank you, Gigi, for the follow. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Type a 1 in the chat if you see, yes, I see you, baby. I see you. If you feel like you always wanted to be married to your best friend. Hey, Katie, I see you said you need advice. Okay, Katie. Type your question in the chat. Type your question in the chat. If it's too much, then what we'll do is we'll go to the inbox and we can, it's a lot to type. Okay, you may want to put it in the inbox and take your time, right? So one of the key things, right, to understand is that most of us have shrunk because our parents, our sisters, our brothers, our aunts, our uncles have shown us, not necessarily told us, but they've shown us through their actions, right, who they were, right? Or how to behave, or what to deal with, or how to deal with different things. And because we learn this from aunts, from uncles, from mothers, from fathers, grandma, whoever, just be quiet. Just don't say too much. Just let it go. It's not that serious. Like don't sit around. Don't worry about it. Don't allow it to affect you. Like, you got a good partner. They say husband, wife, whatever. They're really a good person. They do all the things. So just be quiet. Just leave it alone. You got to pick and choose your battles. Like, you don't always, like, real talk, right? Like, we were told to shrink. We were sometimes, it may not have been, that may not have been what they were saying, but we didn't know when to apply, like, the picking and the choosing of the battles, what was important and what wasn't. And every day that you silenced your voice, every day that you were quiet and you allowed a thing to continue to happen that you really did not like, that went against everything that you believed in, that was not a part of your core values, that went against what you knew was your truth, that dishonored you and who you were, and you stayed, a piece of resentment began to take root in you, right? And so I want to talk about how we never allow that to happen to us again. I want to talk about how we begin to make our voices stronger prior to getting into a relationship with anybody else, right? It then becomes self-resentment. But it doesn't show up as self-resentment. It really doesn't. You begin to resent the person that is denying you the very thing you never told them that you needed. And anger, frustration, aggravation begins to build in you because it's dishonoring the very foundation that you stand on. It doesn't, it can turn into self-resentment later as you go through the process of your healing, because you then begin to resent the fact that you stayed as long as you did, and you resent all of the things you did for the sake of peace. But in the actual moment in the relationship, a lot of times we resent the person who is denying us what we never said we needed, because we were taught, literally or figuratively, to pick and choose our battles. And when you don't have clarity about who you are and what you want and what you need, sometimes you don't know which battles to pick. You don't know which one, you don't know which hill is worthy of falling on your sword for. Because everything is convoluted. Or we didn't know what we needed and they were supposed to just, exactly. And literally, inadvertently, we did ourselves. We didn't know. And so everything I say, y'all, let me tell you, I always got to come back with forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Because you didn't know. You didn't know. So, and sometimes people didn't actually tell you, like, pick and choose your battles. You watched picking and choosing your battles play out. You heard it. Well, you heard your mother, your auntie on the phone talking to whomever they were talking to about their woes. Because kids back then, when I was coming up, we were to be seen and not heard. But we were always within earshot. We were always able to, you sent a message. Okay, I'll see it later, baby. Okay. All right. I'm glad you did, Katie. I'm here. So we were always in earshot. So even if we didn't actually hear it though, like the energy was in the house. The energy was in the house. And that's what, nobody like tells us, like a lot of these things we have adopted and co-opted, because we seen it played out. Like you saw your dad not saying too much. You saw him like not, your mother could have been, a hellion, right? And bossing him around and emasculating him and whatever. And I'm not saying anybody's mother actually did that. What I'm saying is it could have been, it didn't have to be. It did not have to be. And I really need y'all to understand this. It did not have to be that anybody ever told you that that's the way that you treat your a man. Nobody, you watched it, or the abuse of your mom or your aunt. And your aunt and uncle were cool because you was always around them, like they were cool, and you was playing with your cousins. But what you didn't realize was that you saw how your uncle treated your auntie. And so while, hi Dr. Yolanda, I see you, baby. How are you? Thank you. My moderator just got here. Thank you, Dr. Yolanda, and thank you for sharing out this live. If y'all can share out this live for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Then you thought it was normal. Absolutely, Jen. We thought it was normal. And so when we begin to shrink ourselves, or when we shrink ourselves, we don't realize the root that is beginning to take place in us. And the root is there primarily because we are dishonoring ourselves, right? And so again, I'll say forgive yourself. Forgive yourself because you didn't know. You did not know. Most of us did not know. I have a flash goal, y'all. I hope y'all help me out here. I hate to even start the flash goal. Oh, 3 roses. Okay, I need 3 roses in 15 minutes. That's what I need. I'm finally awoke. Yes. Yeah, yo, you finally woke up, Dr. Yolanda. from early this morning. That is funny. Thank you for helping me achieve my flash goal. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you. Y'all are so dope. But you see, I really want you to understand that there is some stuff that really goes on in our own hearts and in our own minds, right? That nobody ever told us to do, but that we watch play out in our lives in real time, right? Thank you, Malika. Thank you, baby, for the daily heart me. Thank you, heart, for the heart puffs. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dr. Yolanda. Thank you so much for the daily heart me. I appreciate you. Dr. Yolanda reached level 16. Hello, somebody. Let me. It went away. Oh, no. It says celebrate. Add sticker. Why is it not doing it? Oh, it did. Okay. It did. Okay, it added it. Okay, great. Because I tried to do that. Oh, it's not approved. Why is it not approved? I don't know why I did that. Okay, I don't know why it said not approved. I tried to put the stick up there. But the idea behind all of this is that in your healing process, as you begin to heal, as you begin to work on yourself and the things that you need for your own life, what you have a tendency, or what we should be doing, is looking for the root of how this whole thing happened. When did we get so comfortable with denying our own selves, right? That people who didn't honor us because we never told them, we silenced our own voices, right? When was that? When did we learn that that was okay? What made us? So that would be a question for you all tonight. What made you silence your voice? What was it? Did someone make you think that your voice wasn't important or you didn't matter? And the reason why I think that this is so extremely important is because we need to tear this thing out from the root so that we never do it again. Like, I am so over, and I really mean this, I am like so over, didn't speak unless I was spoken to. Right. Same here, Jen. That was a rule in my house. That was a rule. As the youngest, I felt unheard. Right. And Malika, do you have the loudest voice in your family? And the only reason why I asked you that question, hey, brother, I see you. How are you? The reason why I asked you that question is because usually the youngest one got the biggest mouth. Because nobody ever was trying. So if you did have something to say, you had to say it loud and you had to say it fast. It is vitally, oh my God, I'm the youngest too, and I'm now very loud. Yes, because what you know, in some regards, we need to be heard, right? And I only say we because I'm the baby too in my family. I'm the baby on both sides, right? So my mom and my dad, I'm the baby. And I'm telling you that that's probably, I know God was intentional about that because of what I do, right? Because of what I learned through my brothers and my sisters and sometimes my mom and my dad. They call me the enforcer. I don't become loud, but my demeanor is, yes, you see? Yes, because you're going to make sure you regulate it all. Listen, I'm with you. I am so with you. Y'all, I'm going to share this out. I need y'all to share this out. I need y'all to share it out. Okay, I'm trying not to send it to people that I've already sent it to. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to send it out. Yes. Okay. Yes. I don't don't know. They're not allowing me to power share anymore, Dr. Yolanda. I don't know what happened. I was trying to power share and press down my nose the other day, and it wouldn't let me do it. And I don't know why. But, you know, it's all good. I'll figure it out. Y'all, we almost at 5K in taps, and there's not even a room full of people. Y'all are amazing. I see y'all, and I thank y'all, and I appreciate y'all. And we only been on here for less than 20 minutes. Y'all are, like, yeah, y'all are dope. Y'all are super dope. Super dope. And y'all are coming in, and y'all are tapping it out, and I am grateful. And Yes, we almost at 5Gs, y'all. At 5K, I mean. I said 5Gs. I played too much. But yeah. So I wanted to talk. I said 5Gs. I played too much. But yeah. So I wanted to talk about this tonight because not another time do I want you to silence your voice when it's important. Okay, wait. I got to do my dance, Dr. Yolanda. Wait. Because we have 5K. I got to listen. I'm going to be agging up. I'm agging up already. So the point is, I don't ever want you, man or woman, to ever silence your voice for the sake of peace. When on the inside, you don't feel good. You don't feel worthy because you're afraid to speak your truth. And you want the person to be happy, and you want to be happy, but not at the expense of your own happiness. Do you silence your voice? Not another day. Hey, Seti said, I see you. How are you? I see you. Hey, Candy girl, I see you. Not another day. And I feel like when you shrink yourself for the sake of a relationship, you're already on the losing end. Now, let me be clear. There will be times when you're just not going to say, right? And not because you think you're going to lose them, but because sometimes you've said too much and you got to let the chips fall where they may. Right? Hey, said thank you. Thank you so much for the daily heart me. Hey, Slinger. I see you, babe. How are you? Yes, Slinger is in the building. Said is in the building. I see y'all. Yes. I see y'all. I feel you, but I'm forever trapped in the closet. Oh, are you? I'm sorry. Once I came in and was asked to sit, he said, you will never come before my son. I have no idea, Malika, what that is. I don't know what you're saying when you just made that statement. You never asked. You never asked what? I'm lost. I don't know what that statement is. Thank you, Sad. Thank you so much for the heart puff gifts. I appreciate you. I really do. It is important, and this is what I want you to understand. There are some times that you will have to be still. There are other times that to come before his son, meaning, are you talking about your ex? He said you will never to come before his son. Oh, he wouldn't allow you to come before his son. I felt so small and said, got you. Understood. Now I get it, Malika. I apologize. Thank you, Slinger, for sharing out the live. Slinger said, I'm a supporter, sister. Yes. Thank you. So I get it. Can I tell you a story? I have a girlfriend of mine who, her son now is almost 40 years old, right? I have a girlfriend. He's 30 something. He's 30, maybe 34, right? Who met, aw, Slinger, you're so sweet. Thank you. Who met this guy, and her son was probably about 2.5, 3 years old, sitting in the back. Hey, Coley Cole, I see you, baby. I love you. Her son was sitting in the back car in a car seat, and she went out on a date, but she said to the guy, his father, the son's father, had passed away when she was pregnant, actually. And so she met another guy. She was grieving, whatever. And she asked the guy, she went into the store, could he stop by the store or whatever? And he said, yeah. So they stopped by the store. She went into the store, and then he got out of the car and left the son in the car by himself, the baby. And she said, wait, what are you doing in the store? You left my son in the car by himself? And this is in Brooklyn. Not that that's, such a horrible thing. Every neighborhood in Brooklyn is not bad, but that's not the point. And he said to her, that's not my son. And she said she stayed. I need y'all to hear me. She said every time she thought about that, the fact that he disregarded her son but wanted to be with her, and she thinks about that, it makes her heart like cry, because that was a red flag right there, because he didn't care enough, and she didn't say anything at the time. Thank you so much, Malik. I appreciate you, my love. I hear you. His actions say a lot without words being spoken. Exactly. And she was young. She was a young mom. She went on to college, got a degree. She's very successful today. Teachers. Very, very successful, right? But the reason why I say that is because at some point, she realized that this wasn't okay, and it wasn't years later. Her spirit knew that it wasn't okay then. That's some serious business. Like, you would leave my less than 2-year-old or 2-year-old son in the back seat in a car seat, but you say you like me. And they were young. I'll give them that, right? I'll give them that. Hey, Planet and Gifted, I see you, baby. I see you. How are you? Yes, no comments in. And to be honest, I don't understand how we couldn't see that. But when you're young, you don't necessarily see the handwriting on the wall, and you don't always stand up for yourself. But for other people, it would have been a straight like, okay, no bueno, timeout, flag on the flag. We not doing this. I'll see you when I see you, because or never picked up his phone call again, right? So when you think about that, there are times, and of course, over the years, the resentment grew. Over the years, he became more and more selfish. She knew she had violated her own self by even staying with somebody who did not consider her baby, who didn't have any other father figure other than her father in his life. But you want to be the man in my life. And when she thinks back about that, she cries. And she thinks to herself, oh my God. No wonder. Like, he showed me from the very first date who he was. You understand? And I'm not saying this because I got some stories about women who have done some very egregious things. This is not a male bashing situation. This is an individual situation. There are a lot of people. Yeah, y'all welcome. Gifted, Planted and Gifted. Is this your first time in my room? Is this your first time at self-love, self-respect? That would end there. Amen. Is this your first time in the room? If it is, everybody, y'all welcome Plant and Gifted. Welcome them into the room. Welcome them into the room. Y'all know how y'all do. Y'all know how y'all do. Welcome them in the room. Yes. Candy Girl is welcoming. Yes. He said welcome them in the room. Y'all you know what? Y'all are so amazing. I appreciate y'all so much. Andrea is my name. Okay, Andrea. I love that. I love that. Y'all welcome Andrea in the room. But understanding that it is in those moments that you kind of let things go, you let things slide that are extremely egregious, and then you look back at it in hindsight and it's never addressed. That's how the root of resentment grows in us. Because you never said, hey, Mr. Rogers, I see you, how are you? Because you never said how you felt. Because you never spoke your truth, because a part of you didn't want to cause any waves. And tonight I want to be discussing how we work through that. How we get to the point when we get better. Hi, Mr. Rogers. I see you. I see you, sir. Why we shrink and didn't notice it. I just told y'all the story about my friend. Right? Shrinking starts as survival, and it turns into a lifestyle. And the anger, as we talked about before, begins to grow inside of you, and you don't understand that the fact that the person didn't do what they normally do is not the problem. You then begin like, oh, you didn't wash the dishes, I cooked dinner. Why didn't you? And it's angry. Now you don't even understand why you're so angry, but you're resenting what wasn't spoken about, what wasn't said, because at first it looks like I just need us to work, so we'll table this for later. We don't say that, we do that. Right? And if you're not sure, you don't even know where it first began. You know, I used to be angry with my ex-husband, years ago. And honestly, I was very angry with him. I was angry and I didn't understand. And I was aggravated and frustrated. And what I finally realized is that it wasn't him where this all started. It was what I believed about myself. Hey, Tiffany, thank you so much. Resentment spreads fast when hurt isn't addressed. Absolutely, and it builds, and sometimes to the point that we don't even understand where the first infraction started. It wasn't my ex-husband who started this. It came when my father passed away, and I was angry because I felt like he left me and he abandoned me. I promise. It started when my mother was like, oh, be quiet. You be causing a fuss. What'd you say, Jen? You don't have to, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. When I felt like somebody had done something to me, and only thing my mother was saying was, silence your voice, girl. Shut up. Right? My wonderful and amazing mother, because that was my baby, honey, let me tell you. But there was a lot of things that she didn't understand by her silencing me, right? Don't speak unless spoken to, yes. But you don't have a right. Those are your older sisters and brothers, and you don't get to tell them, and blah, 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 blah. You the baby of the bunch, so you get to, and then everybody's like, oh, shut up and sit down. You don't know what you're talking about. That kind of thing, because you the baby, what do you know? So it's like I didn't have any real weight in the house, so I had to become a heavyweight. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't, I'm not talking about my physical body. I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I became, right? And I didn't even realize what was happening. But a lot of the things and a lot of the ways that I thought, were rooted in me long before I ever met my husband, who didn't have a clue what was going on. And I thought he was a mind reader. So if I don't say anything, then, you know, everything is going to go fine. Everything is going to work out. Yeah, we're going to get to happily ever after. I did not consider that every time I denied myself, I was causing harm to the relationship because I was dishonoring me. And over the long haul, and in the long run, that does not work. Hey, Leon the Jennings, I see you. Leontine, I don't know. Leontine Jennings, okay. Hello, right? I didn't realize, right? I didn't realize that while I was upset with him and he was wrong, I never spoke my truth. I never spoke my truth. So then when I started speaking my truth, it was from a place of anger and frustration, right? It was a place of feeling like I was being taken for granted and you backed me into a corner, but it came out like I was roaring like a lion because it was a build-up of unspoken words. I know that there is somebody else in this room right now who overstands what I just said. I know that there is somebody else in this room who overstands what I just said. There were no spoken words, but there was a lot of buildup and there was a lot of resentment because I am going because I need for you to understand that when you do not speak your truth, you are allowing, and you don't pull the covers off of that thing in your relationship, you're allowing the enemy to take place in your marriage, in your relationship, in your life. You're allowing him to have a stronghold there because whatever isn't discussed, there is a buildup, and then it turns into pain, and then you end up lashing out, and then before you know it, you are so full, you are so disgusted, you are so angry, and you just think that they should have known better. Hey, RK darling, I see you, baby. Thank you for the daily heart me. Thank you, Miss Joyce, for the follow. I appreciate you. And you then begin to just believe that they were supposed to know something that they had no idea of. And can I tell you, and I'm going to say this again because I always got to say this, I'm doing my sub-only live. That's the first thing next week. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I'm not for everybody. Because in this room, we are holding ourselves accountable for our lives. I am a relationship coach of 15 years. I'm not new to this. I am true to this. This is my ministry. I want to help men and women heal so that we can be better husbands, better wives, so that we can be all the things that God has intended for us to be. I am not everybody's cup of tea, and I say this lovingly because I'm going to tell you the truth. And because sometimes it's just going to simply be an ouch. Dad, girl, get off my shoulders, get off my back. Why are you? Because truth doesn't always feel good, but it does set us free. And that's the truth. And everybody's not ready to hear the truth about where they are, who they are, and they're also not ready for forgiveness and healing. But all I really talk about in this room is healing. That's what I do. Thank you, RK darling. Thank you, baby. I am so trying to pronounce your name right. Thank you for the heart, my love. Thank you. So I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. People are going to come in, they're going to go out. But if you share this video out and you help me and you do all of those things, it'll help me to get to where I want to be, right? And I'm ready for it. Candy Girl said it. I'm ready for it, and I'm ready for it right now. Candy Girl said, I'm staying up in here. But I think that it is so important to understand that we didn't start out with the intentions of shrinking. But it turned into a way of being and living for us. And we didn't know any better, so there's the forgiveness. Hey, Miss V, I see you. How are you? I'm doing my sub-only live next week, just so you know. And it'll probably be on Wednesday night at 8:30. I'm going to have to post that. Wednesday night at 8:30. Sub-only live. Right? It is important. Wait, not my man is here. Hey, not my man. I missed you. I didn't see you last night. Not my man is in the building. I love that name. Okay. So he said, hey. Not your man, Shorty. You changed that. I love that. Oh my God. Yeah, you sound my baby and laugh out loud. I love that. I love that. So let me get back. So, you know, if you grown up in the mode of just surviving, like trying to make it, like if you grew up with a lot of kids in the house or you didn't, right? But you didn't grow up with love abounding all around you. You didn't grow up with that. You can tend to be in survival mode, right? Survival mode says, I need to be low maintenance. I need to avoid conflict. I'm a people pleaser. I need to people please. We must mistake silence for strength and self-abandonment for love. Because we want to make everybody else comfortable, right? Fear of losing the person that we want to be with. Fear of making them angry, or the fear of being too much. Thank you for the daily heartbeat, Susie. I see you. I see you. Thank you, Malika, for the heart puffs, my love. Thank you. When you grow up just trying to survive, you think you can like maneuver your way into love, and you can't. So tonight I'm gonna help. This is what we're talking about tonight. I'm gonna be talking about ways to undo this, because we don't want to be in this space. We don't ever want to find ourselves in this space. And not that you don't already know most of this, but I want to maybe give you a fresh perspective. I want to give you a different way of looking at it. I want you to begin to see through a different lens, because once you uncover something, it makes you better. You don't keep repeating the same bad behavior over and over again. I have, you know, a lot of friends that grew up around my time, and back in those days, people had 13 and 12 and 11, 10 kids all living in the same house, and there might be 4 of y'all sleeping in one bedroom in a tenement. Like real talk. Like there wasn't no outside you know, whatever. You might have grew up in the projects, or what they now deem as projects, or even deemed then as projects, right? Okay, we had 15. Okay, now wait. Y'all ain't ready. We got 15K taps. Y'all are amazing. listen. Yes. Hey, Cher. Hey, baby. How are you? Yes. Cher, I got to call you tonight when I get off of here. I hope it's not too late because I got to call you. So the idea is, thank you for the daily heart, me, my love. Thank you, baby. Thank you. But the idea in all of this is that if you're trying to intentionally be low maintenance and you don't want to cause a kerfuffle, you don't want to ruffle anybody else's feathers, that's okay, but not if it's causing you to deny you and making you uncomfortable, and you are doing it with the intent. Listening in with my fiance, your coaching helps our community. Look at that. Thank you for subscribing, Diana. I thank you, baby. Wow, I'm so excited for you, not my man. I am so excited. She know I call you not my man though, right? Because she listening, right? Okay, because he ain't my man. He her man. I love that. I promise. Okay, I want to think I'm flirting with you, but I'm too old, right? But I'm just saying that it's hilarious. But I'm so silly, y'all. Y'all got to pray for me because I'm really silly. But you begin, when you try to be low maintenance, you then begin to contort yourself into what you believe somebody else needs and wants you to be. And the moment you begin to twist yourself into a pretzel, mistaking your silence for strength and self-abandonment for love. Because when you begin to contort yourself and twist yourself into a pretzel, you are abandoning yourself. And the reason why this is so important, thank you for Let 'em Cook, the Let 'em Cook gift. Thank you, Cher. I see you, baby. Thank you. So, all love and respect, laugh out. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, the reason why this is so extremely important, when you think about the overall of the relationship, is because when you don't communicate how you genuinely feel about what's going on in that moment, and I'm not saying yell, scream, and carry on and carry over. I'm not talking about that, because that's what people do when they don't know how to communicate, right? And they find themselves extremely frustrated and they don't know how to verbalize what it is that they need. That's a lack of emotional intelligence. We're not talking about that. And every time I do not have my cloth to clean my glasses, I do not know. I hope these don't scratch up my glasses, because I'm trying to clean them with this other towel. Because it is, as soon as I turn on the light, I can see all the smudges. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, when you don't understand that that's what self-abandonment is, and you don't even realize that as you begin to progress in your life, right, and do all the things that you're doing, when you begin to let down your guard, when you stop honoring what you want and what you need, when you start trying to contort yourself into a pretzel for the sake of someone else, but you never communicate to them what your needs are, you are abandoning yourself. You can't clean your glass. No, I got violated for 7 days for that. I got violated for 7 days, and they fixed it. They reversed it, but they violated my account. I mean, my account got shut down for 7 days from going live because I cleaned my glasses on screen. Yeah. They said it was sexual. I was like, are you serious? But they fixed it because they realized after they reviewed it that I was just cleaning my glasses. It was so ridiculous. How do you deal with someone verbally abusing you on a regular basis? Seems like there is no way out. Ooh. You need to make a way of escape, pumpkin. I'm not telling you to leave. You know what I'm going to tell you? Tell them that that's not okay. Don't engage. You know, if somebody starts verbally abusing you, our clap back is to verbally abuse them back. Like, it is to go off. It is to tell them off. It is to let them know how we feel, to scream and raise our voice. Stop participating. People can't, and I don't know if you do or you don't, because I don't know your entire situation, and there's no way for me to know that. That's why I said, no, I'm not telling you, like, oh, a way of escape. Like, the way of escape is stop engaging. You know that people don't generally fight by themselves? I mean, seriously. They can't. Right, Candy Girl. Why are they muting these comments? I don't know, but I finally was able. Right? People can't. Stop engaging. Do you know how powerful you are? And I want to say this to everybody that's in the room. Do you know how powerful you are? Usually when people get louder, my voice gets lower. And not because I'm scared or they're bothering me or anything. But because in order for them to hear what I'm saying, they're going to have to pipe down. I can settle an argument real quick and shut it down. Because then it just looks like they're just yelling and screaming and you don't even hear what I'm saying. All I do is, I don't get quiet. I'm still talking. But if they want to hear what I have to say as a rebuttal, they have to bring it down. Because I get to choose whether or not I'm going to engage. And sometimes I do not engage. I just won't. Because I don't want to look like them. And I'm not going to encourage the bad behavior. So I don't participate. And when you want to sit down and have a real conversation about some things that are troubling you and on your mind, then let's sit down at the table. But I will not engage in these shenanigans because it does not suit me, who I am becoming. The unfortunate thing is that sometimes we teach people that bad behavior because we engage with it from the door. Because that's how we learned how to fight when we were young. That's how we learned how to fight as we were growing up. That's what the world taught us. But we don't have to engage. Like, you literally get to make the choice and the decision on whether or not you are going to participate in any of the shenanigans. You are powerful beyond anything that you even really recognize and realize, because in order to stay in a verbally abusive situation, number one, you got to be strong, because there are people that are struggling with all manner of mental and emotional stuff, right? And they do not have the capacity to pipe down, calm down, redirect, course correct within them, right? But you got the power in you. You get to choose. Who do you want to be? What you want your life to look like? Do you want to continue to show up doing the same things that you've been doing, or do you want to change? And so the change does not automatically have to be, I'm leaving and I'm closing the door on you. It could be, we need to go get help. We need therapy. We need a coach. We need to sit down and talk about what's going on in our lives. You don't always have to stay, and I don't know your situation, so I cannot speak to certain things because I don't have an inside track. If you want to inbox me, you are more than welcome to do so. But the reality of the situation is you get to choose how you respond and you react to verbal, mental, emotional, physical abuse. You don't have to. Right? But you can go get some therapy. Okay, I'm at 20K. I'm going to do my dance. Okay, y'all. Y'all are so silly. Y'all pray for me. That is my jam. My 20K dance. Oh my God. Y'all are too funny. But do y'all get what I'm saying? You said you need an extra woman? Okay. Okay then. Is there any takers up? Listen, I almost choked. Oh my God. Are there any takers up in here? Thank you. Yes, Keisha. Listen, Keisha. Baby, I just want you to know. I didn't know that you were still here, baby, but I just want you to know how powerful you are. Like, I keep telling everybody every day, listen. You're only one decision away from changing your life. You're only one. Thank you, Mr. Silk. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, sir. Yes. You're only one decision away from changing your entire life. And people be like, Kim, why do you say that? Like, what do you mean? I'm not just one decision. No, you are. But you first got to make a decision that you want your life to be a particular way. You are really only one decision away from changing your entire life, and then you just get up the next day, you wash, you rinse, and you repeat. And then you make another decision. But I want you to understand that you are powerful to begin with, and you get to choose what you want to deal with or not. Right? You don't have to put up with any shenanigans. You get to set the tone in the relationship. Like, people can get loud. I'll be like, oh, okay. That ain't fear talking. That is me quiet in the conversation. My voice just gets low. Now, you want to scream, but you'll never hear my comeback unless you calm down. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that you're not angry or you're not mad. It still means that. Right? I got it. You can be angry, but you don't have to yell and scream. You don't have to talk to me like that. And I'm going to show you how I know, because I'm going to be the example of that. I need you to come with me. I need you to be the example of that. Because sometimes you can't tell people how to be. Thank you for the Go Popular vote. Thank you. Thank you, Malika. Just be an example. Real talk. Of how to show up. You ain't got to order nobody. Well, you ain't going to talk to me like that. No. Just become the example of what it is that you want to be exhibited in your relationship. And after a while, can I tell you what's going to happen? When they realize that you are not in battle, that you're not trying to go to war, like you ain't trying to be argumentative and you ain't trying to raise your voice, they're going to figure out that there's no real fight here. That it's not you, it's them. And you can't do it one time and think that it's going to be successful. You have to set a new tone in your relationship. And that's real talk. But I want you to understand, look, not your man, not my man say, ooh, wee. And then they fall off, right? Because some people are so used to dysfunction and fighting that they think like that's a part of the way it's supposed to be. No, baby, we doing things in a mature way over here. We gonna sit down and have a conversation at this table. Okay, you upset? Okay. You angry? That was you, not my man? Wow. So because it's been me too. Because, I told y'all that my mother had thuggish tendencies and it rubbed off on me, and I had thuggish tendencies, and then I began to change because I wanted to, because I was tired of living the same type of life that I had always lived. Listen, can I tell y'all, let me let y'all in on a little secret, and it's not nice, and I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about my life. I have such a bad reputation, or I had, I should say, such a bad reputation in my community where I grew up. And people still don't talk to me to this day because I was a fighter. And I'm grown now. Like, I'm going back to high school, junior high school, and all that. And they still don't talk to me, and they still think that I'm like the same person. Like, that's how bad my reputation was. And they see me on Facebook now, and they're like, oh my God, is that Kim? Like, that's not the Kim I knew. I'm like, ma'am, sir, that was how many years ago? Hey, Mama Bird, I see you, baby. How are you? I'm glad you're here. I've changed. And not because the world gave me permission to change, because they never will. They'll challenge you on every side. Everybody will be coming at you. Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the daily heart, me, my love. Thank you. And they'll challenge you to see if you really change. But I believe that God challenges us to see if we really change. He allows it. And then when you start desiring, hey, Essence, I see you, my love. How are you? How you doing? And I really genuinely believe, thank you for the daily heart, me, my love. Thank you. I really believe that when you get solid in what your idea is that you want for your life, you begin to change and evolve and transform into a person that nobody's ever seen, not even you. Because your desire grows so great to have change in your life that you can't play anymore at the level that you were playing at. You don't even entertain, real talk, anybody who's still living the way that you used to live. And they looking for you on the block. But you like, I don't go to the block anymore, if that makes any sense. They're looking for you in the old spaces, but you've made a decision that you're not operating like that anymore. And you begin to understand how powerful you are because you no longer operate in the ways in which you used to operate. You then begin to declare, I am greater, I'm not better than, I'm from that same street that we all grew up on. I'm just saying I want more for myself. And the other part of that is you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of your life looking the way that your life looks. And you then begin to make, thank you, Essence, thank you, baby, thank you so much for the donut, I appreciate you. You then begin to just desire so much because you're so tired of your circumstances looking the same. Can I tell y'all, I think I shared this with y'all, with most of y'all before. I like doing my yard. I like to cut and mow my lawn. Can I tell y'all how I be doing all manner of things that most ladies do not do, right? I can trim my hedges. I can, I plant my flowers. I haven't done that in a while. I usually get my nephews or somebody to do that because my back really bothers me a lot. And I got to the point in my life where I said, and I love doing it because it's great exercise. I said, I am in my pink girl era. And in order to be in my pink girl era, I can no longer do the things that I did in my masculine phase. Doesn't mean I can't mow my lawn if I so decide or edge it up with that little rolling edge because I don't know how to use the weed whacker to do it. My nephew and them do my yard now. My point is, I had to make a decision and a choice. I said, I'm tired. I'm over it. And I made an executive decision for my life. I'm going to pay somebody else to come and do this because I'm done doing it. If I want to be in my pink girl era, I've got to honor what pink girl is. if I'm trying to rearrange my life, the way that I've been doing business, I can't do it that way anymore. And so if we're going to be honest, you're making decisions now from a different mindset than you did 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago. You're making decisions that are going to propel you into a better way of living and being according to what you said that you wanted for your life. I hope that makes sense. Y'all sharing out this video? Y'all share out this video for me, please. Share it out, share it out, share it out. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right? So you making a decision, right? So you're making a decision that you want your life to change. And you can't point the finger outside of you because you are the captain of this whole ship. And even when people are getting on your nerves or they're aggravating you or they're offending you or they're whatever, what needs to change in you? Why are you around people? Hey, Luna, I see you, baby. Thank you for the daily heart me. Why are you around people who offend you? Why are you around people who disrespect you? Why are you around? So then you got to ask yourself some questions. Why are you not in alignment with what you want and what you need for your own life? Because you said you wanted better. And you start making decisions around what the topic that I'm talking about tonight, that I am no longer going to shrink myself to appease anyone. That the way that I used to contort my whole self to try to fit into somebody else's narrative does not serve me. I am no longer going to try to be low maintenance. I am going to be self-maintained to the point that I am taking better care of myself. I'm going to stop trying to avoid conflict altogether for the sake of peace, because I am going to honor myself. I'm going to honor what I want and what I need for me. And only you know that. So nobody else can come up with a checklist of Dr. Yolanda, what honoring you looks like, blah, 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 blah. No. It doesn't work like that. Dr. Yolanda gets to make all of the decisions about where her ship is going to end up ultimately going. Right? So you get like to this point where you don't just want to survive anymore. Like you're not going to be make surviving your lifestyle any longer. Like you're literally going to honor what it is that you said that you want. Thank you, Candy Girl. Listen. I'm being honest, like, who's telling you that you're not worth? Who told you that you gotta tolerate that? Who told you? And I know people were sending some subliminal messages. Yes, they were. Inadvertently, you were picking up that you just gotta be quiet and be still. You know, if you was raised in the house with your mother and your father, or if you were not, just be quiet. Just don't say anything. You begin to shrink because you're just trying to survive. You're not being raised in love. You're being raised in survival, which also says there is lack, which also makes you hold on to things a lot longer than you should, because you don't believe in abundance, because nobody told you that there is not a lack of anything, and I mean absolutely anything that you need. So you don't have to have the same. You don't have to be fearful. Why are you fearful? Why don't you believe that you deserve? Why do you think that you have to tolerate? Why do you think that you have to accept less than you truly deserve? Why do you think you're not worthy of having all of the things that you so desire? Why is it that you're stuck in the mindset that you're stuck in? Who told you that? Nobody actually told you that. Some of this stuff we just learned because we were a witness to what we saw Big Mama, Grandma, Great Grandma go through with Great Grandpa, or we saw Great Grandma emasculate Great Grandpa, and we saw it in real time because she said, Henry, carry your behind out there. She didn't speak to him lovingly. She didn't speak to him kind. You picked up on that. Nobody told you to speak to a man that way, but you picked up that it was okay, so you took on that persona, and then you come to find out that men are not tolerating that, or you meet men at that level who are going to battle with you, and you think that that's normal. That is absolutely nonsense, and you cannot make sense out of nonsense. Who doesn't want to be treated well? You name the person. Who doesn't want to be loved and respected and be treated like above the low bar? Who taught you that? Where'd you get that from? The yelling and cussing and carrying on and acting crazy was normal and customary. It is not. It is not. Hey, it's me, La Condessa. I know I'm saying it wrong. Oh, my. You have said a mouthful, Kim. A mouthful. Yeah, thank you, Candy Girl. I need, like, cause who told you that? And where did you get that from? Who? Y'all. Yeah, cause you saw your uncle being emasculated by his wife. Cause she was mean and evil, meaner than the way in. And somehow you thought that kind of behavior was okay. Oh, y'all have let my live go. Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna reset it. I love that. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Let me do a little friendship necklace because I like that. Right? So we kind of, fumbled our way through relationships. Nobody really like said, no, baby, that's not what you do. But wait a minute, isn't that normal? No, it's not. What's normal? Like, what's normal, right? Okay, let's be honest, right? Grandpa, the one and only Curtis. Okay. At Kim Love Jones look like, right? Cause y'all know, right? It be some tomfoolery going on, and it's not until later. And sometimes here's the other part of this. Sometimes we could be so bodacious. Oh, I gotta do my dance. We at 25K. Let me finish my thought. Listen. Sometimes we are so bodacious we don't even see the wrong in that. Because it's normal. It's normal. We think all couples fight, knock down, drag out, and beat each other up, and fight and argue and throw grits, right? Like, and sing Love and Happiness by Al Green. Y'all know I'm dating myself. I play too much. I am hilarious. But y'all understand what I'm saying? You would then begin to think that all of that is like normal behavior. No, ma'am. No, sir. It is not. But because you've been so accustomed, the grits, right? I'm telling you. Wait a minute. I love this comment. Oh, I gotta unblock it. Hold on. I don't know how to. Oh, God, it's not letting me unblock your comment. It's not. Okay, so S. Barlow says generational transference of reckless and immature relationship skills. Absolutely. I'm trying to unblock your comment, but it's not letting me because I really Approve comment. Oh, there you go. I could just approve it. Okay, on the case bucket. Right? No. It's some shenanigans going on, right? Because, and then when you meet somebody who's not doing all of that because they're not accustomed to that, you think something's wrong with them. Because they want to sit down like they're boring, they're corny, they're oh God, they don't, like really? Oh, they read books. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, they want to go to a museum or an opera or do something different. Because it doesn't fit your narrative of the dysfunction that you grew up in. Right? Like, why not go to the opera? I mean, I probably wouldn't like the opera, but I'm just saying, I'll go. Let me see. Let me see if I would even like it. Let me see if I could live like going to the opera once a month. Like, I don't know. But when it doesn't look like normal to us, we tend in a real way to be dismissive of it because it doesn't fit the narrative that we know. Right? It doesn't fit what we know. It doesn't fit the level of dysfunction that we know. So somebody who sits around and read books about history or reads books about self-help, or I got to tell y'all, I'm one of my favorite books. Oh God, I got so many. I'll tell y'all later. I think I'm going to do a reel about it because there's some books that I really recommend that y'all read, but I'm going to tell y'all later. I'm going to do it in a reel. But the reason why I say this is because all you've ever known is how to survive. All you've ever known is that. You didn't know. And it's not your fault. I'm not blaming you, and I want you to forgive yourself for every time you didn't know any better. And then maybe even apologize to some of the people that were damaged along the way because you didn't know. Because when you come into an awakening of who you are, when you begin to see that it wasn't always them, when you begin to own your stuff, when you begin to take responsibility for the things that you've done, sometimes it breaks your heart, but it fixes your vision. It'll make you go back and say, I am sorry that I hurt you in the way in which I did. And it will, y'all tap in? Tapping is, oh, love tapping. Okay, I got you, Dr. Yolanda. I'm a little slow. Okay, but y'all get what I'm saying? When you get to the point that you begin to understand, and this is the truth, all of you who are in here, get your daily heart me. I think that TikTok wants you to get your daily heart me. I think that they want you to do that. And I really, I'm so grateful for all of the new followers and everything. I really... If any of what I'm saying is resonating with you, I'm welcoming you into the family. There are new people that are in the room. Somebody taught me how to look at that. There are people who have not sent their daily heart me, but they're in the room. I can't make you send a daily heart me. I'm not trying to. I would appreciate it, and I would appreciate you getting the participation points from TikTok because they give you that for just being in the room. Right? Ooh, it may break your heart, but fix your vision. That will preach, ma'am. So it's important to understand that everybody didn't come from where you came from. There was a young lady in the room earlier asked me a question. How do you deal with emotional abuse, verbal abuse, I'm sorry. And the thing that I want you to know is once you make that decision that you're no longer going to allow yourself to be treated one way or the other, you make the decision, right, that I want something more for my life, and you change, you are now moving forward and upward in your life. Right? And when you do that, thank you, Candy Girl, for the daily heart me. Thank you, baby. I didn't even know you didn't get it. But yes, when you make the decision that you want your life to look differently, you then begin to do things differently. And you then begin to see and show and live a way that the stuff that used to be okay with you is no longer okay with you. And you stop shrinking because you want somebody to love you. Because it's only going to bring you long-term resentment. That's what it's going to do. It's going to make you resentful when you shrink. Because it goes against your consciousness. The God consciousness in you. Thank you, Malika. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Malika is the title gifter. Malika lit up the friendship necklace. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Let me tell you what the cost of shrinking is. Every time you shrink, if your peace is dependent upon your silence, that's not going to work. The cost of shrinking: resentment, anxiety, loss of self-respect, burnout, in your relationship. It usually ends up being a one-sided dynamic. And that's the truth. So sometimes you shortchange yourself. Most of the time. Spiritually, it's a misalignment. It's dimming God's given voice and purpose for your life when you shrink. Yes, ma'am, that I believe. Thank you, Breezy for Life. I appreciate you sharing it out. Sharing out the live. I really appreciate you. You know how you can be at work and you don't say anything to anybody, and you believe that if you don't say anything that they're going to consider you a team player, so you suppress your ideas. You don't say anything because you want to fit in. You don't want to tell anybody anything, so you have a tendency, or because we've all done it on some level or another, but while you're at work, you don't want to cause a kerfuffle. You come home from work, you're handling everything, but don't feel appreciated. Now you're angry, right? When the truth of the matter is, at home wasn't really the issue. It was at work, where you were silencing your voice, when you know how they could have done a project better, when you know how things could have been done to help the company, but you were quiet. You didn't open up your mouth. Somebody else had an idea similar to your idea, and now you feel taken advantage of, or you feel less than because you didn't ever open up your mouth. You were supposed to tell them your idea. Your idea was better, but you went against that because you were thinking, let me just be quiet and keep the peace. It does not work like that. We at 30K. Wait. I got to look. Ow. Y'all ain't ready. We at 30K. Y'all are tapping it out. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. Right? So you learn once again to stay quiet, but you don't even understand how that is a misalignment, right? How that is. Oh, I owe you a double dance because I ain't doing it. 20. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, let me do my next. I told y'all wasn't ready. I'm telling y'all I be dropping it like it's hot. Oh my gosh. But the reason why this is important is because when you play small, you're only hurting yourself, and you're not operating in the very thing that God sent you to do. I heard this guy on a podcast once say, like, ma'am, and I happen to like the guy until recently, but that's a whole nother talk show. He said, ma'am, if you're not telling your man that he's going in the wrong direction and you don't want to say anything because you don't want him to feel like you're trying to tell him what to do, and you don't straighten him out, both of y'all deserve, if he running into a brick wall, y'all both deserve it, because that's why you're here. So if you can't open up your mouth and be the voice of reason in a relationship, because two heads are better than one, and there are some things that your partner can see that you cannot see, and you can't accept criticism, or you don't want to give criticism for fear that you won't be received, or you'll be rejected, or they're going to be angry or upset with you, but you're trying to tell the people the right thing to do. If you find yourself in that, and you don't lead and guide people, your man, the company, your children, or whatever, whomever, your siblings, whomever, your mom, whoever, and you don't do what you're supposed to do, then you're dropping the ball, because God sent you with an express purpose to do certain things. You are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not being the destiny partner that you're called to be in that marriage. You're not helping them. And I'm not telling you don't say anything at all. I'm saying don't say it angrily. Don't be bitter. Say what you need to say. If they don't listen, that's not on you. You did what you came to do. But a lot of times we get so frustrated and afraid to speak our truth because we're surviving. We are not thriving, right? The resentment comes from unmet needs, unspoken truths, ongoing over-functioning. That's where the resentment comes from. Here are 3 things that you can do for yourself to stop it. Name the thing that you need for yourself. Let's be clear. For yourself. I told y'all I was going to get into this and begin to walk you through this process. What do you need for safety, respect, ease, clarity? That's the question. Unmet expectations in survival mode, yes. Resentment is built upon unmet needs, unspoken truths, and ongoing over-functioning. You're doing too much. So the first thing is name what you need to yourself. Name what you need. Like, in other words, write this down. Name what you need. And I don't know if not my man is still here. Are you still here? Thank you, Malika. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Hey, Monty. How are you? I see you. Hey, Melindy. I see you, baby. How are you? So let me, okay. Thank you for the daily heart me. Thank you. Yes. So this is where I'm at. Okay, so Dr. Yolanda wrote it. Name what you need for yourself first. Name what you need for yourself first. Don't tell anybody else. Name what you need for yourself. We're going to interrupt like this whole pattern of resentment. I need you to identify it for you. I need you to identify it for you. What does it look like? If you can't identify it for you, you're not going to be able to articulate it to anybody else. And you got to make it make sense. Name what you need for yourself first. Don't put the onus on anybody. Hey, Puddin', thank you for the daily heart me. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you. Right? So name what that looks like for you, right? Okay, so the second thing. You ready? Let's reverse engineer. Look at that. You know I do that all the time. Whenever you have an opportunity to say something, I want you to say everything. Don't stop short. Say what you feel. Like, because what we're talking about now is we're talking about clarity. We're talking about clarity. You know how you say, don't minimize what you're feeling, right? But you know how you say, let me give you a good for instance. Oh, I just did this is just a little something. Ain't nothing you did little. You having a breakthrough right now. Your life is about to change. Don't minimize how you feel. You're on your way. You are on the precipice of changing your entire life. So why you minimizing what you feel? This is critical. Because when you name what you need first, and you begin to speak the whole thing with a calm, clear heart, mind around it, everything is about to change. And even if, let me tell you something, and even if they don't want it to change, you still got the power to change it. And that's what you need to understand. Period. Period. And you don't have to continue to explain what's overstood already. You don't have to continue to explain what is overstood. Thank you, Sher, for the friendship necklace. Thank you, baby. Right? Because we play too much. We really do. You do not have to keep explaining what's overstood. People be like, well, I don't understand. No, you understand. You don't want to. You don't want to change. You don't want to shift. You want things to stay the same because this is your level of comfortability. Say what you feel. And say it from a place of love, kindness. Be calm, be clear, be concise. Right? I want you to pair what you need with boundaries and a follow through. Pair what you need with boundaries and a follow through. They understand what they want to understand. Absolutely. So whatever the need is that you're going to say to yourself first, you can ask yourself this question: what do I need for safety, respect, ease, for clarity? What do I need? And then write it down, right? And then say the whole thing at once from a place of love. Pair the need with a boundary around it and follow through on your next step, right? Understanding that boundaries are limits that you uphold, not punishments that you threaten. You have to uphold the boundary that you set. What do I need for safety, peace, and clarity? Respect. What do I need? What do I need for this journey to be easier for me? What type of support do I need? What does that look like? I need to understand why my mother didn't love me. That's what impacted my life and the hurt. Linda, I hear you, and I'm sorry that you've had that experience. I really am, genuinely. Sometimes we'll never know. Sometimes we'll never know. I can't imagine that. And I'm sorry that you went through that. Really. You may never know the answer. So what are you going to do? So what are you going to do? Hey, Queen Kels, I see you. Hey, Forever. How are you, my love? I see you. I see you. You pair the need with a boundary. That's what you need to do. And a follow through. Right? That's what you're going to do. Here's something that can help you. It's almost like an affirmation, but it's not. I value harmony and honesty. When we avoid hard talks, I feel disconnected. I need us to address things within 24 hours. That's setting a boundary. What? I don't know. Okay. So you might want to say, I value harmony, peace, and honesty. And you may want to say, when we avoid hard talks, I feel disconnected. I need us to address things within 24 hours. It may look like that. You may say something like, I can't keep doing this, fill in the blank, alone. By Friday, I need, fill in the blank, to be handled. If it's not, I'm going to need to adjust my plans. Yeah, does that make sense? Like working through things is always possible when you set up a boundary with a need, the need, understand what the need is, and then around that need you set up a boundary, and then you have a follow through, and this is what it is. And the boundaries are for you to uphold. Nobody else is going to uphold them. You have to uphold them. Period. Right? Let me give y'all 5 practical steps to stop shrinking in real time. This is what I've done. This is what I've done. If you know that it's going to be a hard conversation, this is what I want you to do. I want you to breathe in and breathe out preemptively before you even get into the conversation. Like, take some quick deep breaths before you even enter into the conversation. I've done it several times. Say a quick prayer. Begin to pray. When you begin to speak, I want you to speak from a place of love and being grounded in your truth, as opposed to frustration, being triggered by something that happened 4 days ago, right? I'm just making that up. I want you to not allow anything to trigger you. I need you to breathe in and breathe out. This is how you're going to bring it down before things start to get crazy. This is how you're going to regulate. You're going to self-regulate. When you're self-regulating, it makes for you, you're going to be a lot easier to talk to. And you're going to be able to get through conversations that you sometimes wouldn't even be able to get through if you weren't regulating, right? Say what you need. Whatever the reaction or the action is that you need from them, tell them flat out and plain. Tell them the reason why you need it. And if they can't meet your need, then you're going to have to adjust your plans, which is what I just told you before. Stop over explaining. After a while, it'll feel like begging. Begging to be understood. When you're dealing with someone, right, and you have in your mind this whole dissertation about what it is that you're going to say, remember that past a certain point, nobody really hears anybody. It sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher. I don't know how many people remember Charlie Brown's teacher, like womp, 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 womp. And it's not effective. So when you say something, you need to be clear, you need to be concise. You need to get in, you need to get out, you need to make your point. You don't need to lecture anybody. Write them a dissertation or anything. Just change your behavior. Because I promise when you have these long drawn out conversations, like it shouldn't take more, like, and I'm not telling you to put a time limit on it. It depends on how deep and what it is that's actually going on and what's being unveiled. But when you're talking about your boundaries, be clear, concise, get in, get out, done. No lectures. You don't want to sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. You want to say what it is that you want and you need, and then you want to switch from doing things the way that you used to do them. It's going to blow their mind. Rebuild yourself. Work on yourself every morning. Don't worry about what they're doing and what they're not doing. Don't do that. And the reason why I'm going to tell you this is because while you're trying to watch what they're doing, you're not paying attention to what you're doing, and you're more important. It is more important that you get centered and realigned with yourself. Because somewhere up in there, again, we've been performing and we've been doing it, we've been contorting ourselves because we were raised in survival. We were not raised with love. We see that everything is lack. So now we're going to switch the entire narrative. That's the word I was looking for. And when you begin to switch the narrative, what ends up happening is you're going to shift your focus. You're going to course correct. You're going to start getting up and making sure that you pray. You're going to start getting up and doing the things that you know you need to do for you. You're going to get up and you're going to be laser focused and on, I need to do what I need to do for me. I need that. And you're going to stop making them the center because your focus is no longer on people pleasing. You're going to pour into yourself, because when you pour into yourself and give yourself what you need, you don't see yourself as lacking anything then. Now you may have the power to give them a little something, but meaning pouring into them. But you want to make sure that all of these changes, you're exhibiting the new behavior. You're sticking to your guns. You're honoring yourself. You're done contorting yourself into a pretzel for someone else. You're not doing that anymore. You're done with that. Now it's all about you and getting to the next level of what you want and what you need. You said what you had to say. You got in, you got out, you were concise, you weren't lecturing, you were open, you were honest, you were truthful, and all of that could take you less than 10 minutes. And this is what we're going to do from here on out. And then the idea is that you stand firm in the decisions that you have made for yourself and for your life. Right? I'm giving practical application stuff tonight as opposed to just giving affirmations. Right? I can love you and still not abandon me. That would be the affirmation. I can love you and still not abandon myself. Here, let me give y'all this. Hold on, I need a little water. Right. Here are signs on whether or not you should lean in or let go. You want to know. You can lean in to the relationship to try to make it better, right? To the relationship to try to make it better, right? And consistent change. You let go if your needs are mocked, minimized, or weaponized. You can lean in, and I'm going to repeat this again for the people in the back. You can lean in if they begin to take accountability for what they do and they are consistently changing. They are being consistent in the change, right? You can let go if your needs are being mocked, minimized, or weaponized. You can lean in, work on the relationship is what I'm saying. If conflict leads to repair, not punishment. Thank you, Kay, for the follow. You can lean in if conflict leads to repair, not punishment. Thank you for the follow. Okay, I see you. Let go if change only happens when you threaten to leave. You know how people, okay, I want us to stay together. I'm going to do the work. But they're disingenuous. They don't mean that. They don't mean that. They don't mean it at all. Because 3 weeks later, they back up to the same shenanigans all over again. Nobody's dealing with that. Lean in if your voice creates closeness and not distance. That means work on it. You're going to lean in. You're going to be like, okay, we can fix this. If your voice creates closeness and not distance. Let go if you got to pretend to be small in order to be in a relationship. You let go if you got to keep playing small in order to stay in that relationship. Lean in if your voice creates closeness and not distance. Absolutely. Healthy love asks you to be honest. Unhealthy love asks you to be quiet. Healthy love asks you to be honest. Unhealthy love asks you to be quiet. I need y'all to hear me. If somebody don't want to hear nothing you gotta say, then that means you can't stay in that. And I'm not telling you to leave anybody. I'm telling you to go get therapy. I'm telling you to go get coaching. I'm telling you to go get what you need, right? Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you, Heartsome, for the friendship necklace, baby. I see you. Thank you. When Kim speak, you get only gems. Thank you, baby. Healthy asks you to be honest. Unhealthy love asks you to be quiet. Absolutely. Thank you, Rhonda, for the follow, my love. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm about to give y'all some affirmations. I need y'all to wrap your heads around these affirmations, right? All right, y'all ready? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Wait a minute. We at 37K. All right, now it's affirmation time, right, Candy Girl? Yes. And then I'm going to give everybody the opportunity if I can. Oh, God, why can't I? Y'all, welcome Rhonda in. Welcome Rhonda in, y'all. Rhonda, is this your first time here? Okay, Rhonda, welcome. Yeah, y'all welcome Rhonda in. Welcome Rhonda in. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let's do that. Okay, y'all ready for the affirmations? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. I can be loving without shrinking. I can be loving without shrinking. I won't buy peace with my silence. I won't buy peace with my silence. I choose boundaries that protect my joy. I'm going to go back. Yes. Yes. Y'all tapping out that screen? Y'all got me tapping my own screen. Y'all play too much. Okay, so tomorrow, I am going to do a battle. Because these guys keep hitting me for the battle, and I keep saying I'm going to do it, but I haven't done it yet. So I'm going to do a battle tomorrow, and I would appreciate it if all of y'all would just come in here and rally around me, because I'm going to need help. I'm not good at this battling thing. I got to do it. TikTok kind of wants you to do it, so I want to do that. I want to be on point with that, right? Okay. The third affirmation is I choose boundaries that protect my joy. Yep, 7 p.m. I'll be here 7 p.m. tomorrow. Yep. And I don't know when they're going to pop in, because you know how they do. But, yeah, I'm going to need some help with the battle. I choose boundaries that protect my joy. I choose boundaries that protect my joy. Here is your journal prompt. This is what I want you to write to yourself. And then I'm going to open up for questions. If anybody has a question that they want to ask, then I'll just deal with that like the next 20 or so minutes. If anybody wants to come up, let me know. And I'll do like one person at a time. Got it. I've been working so much, but making an effort for you, Mama. Oh, Mama Bird, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for real, because you know what? I know life gets busy, and sometimes we don't always have the time. And I'm so grateful for you, baby. Thank you. Legit, like, thank you. Got it. I've been working. Okay. I choose boundaries. Yes, I appreciate you doing your messages. All right. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so humbled, like, by that. God, I thank you. I thank you. Thank you. It'll make me cry. What specific, this is your journal prompt, I want you to ask yourself this question. What specific boundary, request, or change would reduce my resentment? Thank you. What specific boundary, request, or change would reduce my resentment? Thank you, Tawanda. Thank you, baby. I see you. Thank you for the friendship necklace. I appreciate you, my love. What specific boundary, request, or change would reduce my resentment? I want you to really think about that. Hi, Dr. Lisa. How are you? Thank you so much for the daily heart me. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all have to follow Dr. Lisa. Dr. Lisa is absolutely amazing. Matter of fact, when are you getting your agency, Dr. Lisa? When are they going to release you to get your agency? I want to know. Like, we at 40K? Let's go. Wait, y'all ain't ready. Y'all not ready for me to dance. Wait. I'm doing my shimmy. I'm shaking my shimmy. Yeah, y'all don't want it. Y'all ain't ready. I'm a single mom of 4 babies. I feel resentment a lot and I don't like it. Do that dance, Kim, right? Y'all see me over me again there. You know what? And resentment a lot and I don't like it. Is it because you're the single mom, or is it the lack of help? Like, this has blessed me tonight. As Barlow, I needed some questions to prompt a conversation, and this is it. Yes, thank you. I'm so grateful that this was helpful to you. Thank you so much, Malika. Thank you, baby. What specific boundary, request, or change would reduce your resentment? It's because I do everything all the time. There is no village. Oh, got you. I got you. Yeah. And it's not their fault, but it's frustrating for you. Mama Bird, I get it. And we just put an S on our chest or H on our chest and we handle it. But no, it's not easy. Especially raising young men. S. Barlow, I so appreciate you. 4 boys, 4 rambunctious boys. Yeah, we sending some hugs and some love to you, Mama Bird. Yes, we are. It's probably my fault, but I'm so tired. No, baby, it's not your fault. Don't do that. We're not doing that. We are taking responsibility for what we do, who we chose. But after that, everybody gets to own their own stuff. You're not taking that all on by yourself. No, absolutely not. We're not even going to allow you to do that up in here. We're not doing it. You're going to forgive yourself for whatever you did, whatever you didn't do, whatever you knew, whatever you didn't know. And we are moving forward. We are not doing that. And we don't, Mama Bird, I don't know in what way can we even help you. But we are not doing that. We're not. And it's only for a little while longer, baby. It's only for a little while longer. They grow up. They don't always stay young. And they're going to take care of their mama. And you already know that. And they will do whatever they need to do to make sure that you're good. That's what we're doing. We're doing that. Right? Okay, so Dr. Yolanda put up the first journal prompt. Right? What's one responsibility I've been carrying alone that needs to be shared, delegated, or dropped? What's one responsibility that I've been carrying alone that needs to be shared, delegated, or dropped? What's one responsibility I've been carrying alone that needs to be shared, delegated, or dropped? The way that I parent, I don't know if it's the best way, but when my baby boy got like in the 9th grade, or junior high school actually, so 8th grade, I stopped waking him up for school. I did. I don't know if this is good or bad, but I said I gotta get him away from the idea that I'm gonna always be home and available to get him up to make sure he good. At some point, I need him to start, doing what he needs to do. A lot of times I was at work, so I wasn't home anyway. But then when I was home, he needed to understand that whatever he was going to do or not do, the responsibility, I slowly started to back away from him depending on me in that way. I needed him to begin to learn how to fly on his own, because I was always waking him up. And then I didn't like have OCD or anything like that. Is that Verva that I saw? Hey Verva, I saw you. How are you, my love? I see you. So, okay. So what I would do, I would organize his clothes from when he was little. So every shirt with a pair of pants and everything. So his closet and his other cabinet had like a wardrobe of sorts, and everything would be organized and hung up for him, and his socks with his socks and everything, and that was just me trying to regulate him. You get what I'm saying? So the reason why I'm telling you this is because at a certain point, I stopped doing that. But I used to iron clothes for the entire week, at one time, because I don't like ironing every day. And you all right, Verva? I'm so glad to see you. I was on some downtime. It was me and the Lord, and I was staying out of these TikTok streets, so I haven't been on. Hopefully I'll get a chance to see you tonight if you're going on. But the reason why this is so important, y'all have to thank you, Verva, for the daily heart me. I appreciate you. Thank you, my love. So the reason why I think this is important is because I was a single mom. And I needed even my baby boy, even down to the baby boy, to start learning and growing and doing the things that he needed to do for himself. And I don't know whether this is right or wrong, y'all. I just did the best that I could. And so with that being said, I began to kind of push him a little bit and give him more responsibility and autonomy over himself. Because if he's going to survive, he's got to know how to take care of his business. He's got to show up at work on time. He's got to do this, that. Now with my oldest son, because he was the first, I was like driving him everywhere. I was doing the most. I was always been, thank you so much, Dr. Yolanda. I was always driving my oldest son around. I kind of coddled him a little bit more. I didn't, from the oldest to the youngest, there's an 11-year split. And I realized that my oldest son, while he is brilliant and he is truly an intellect, he never got to work on time. And the reason why he didn't was because he was always depending on me. And I had to, thank you for the cherries. I've never had cherries before. Thank you, Malika. I see you, baby, for the cat. I love that. Thank you for the Gigi. Yes, same. My youngest is very independent. The oldest boy didn't have the same response. Right. And I overdid it. And my oldest son would say, Mom, I got fired. Now, he's brilliant. He's in college and doing all this thing. I said, got fired. Why you get fired? Because I was late. Mom, could you take me to work? I said, absolutely not. And I started pulling back on him. I stopped. But I created that monster. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I created it, and then I was like, oh my God, he's not responsible because I did too much. Right? I'm not saying this is good or bad because I don't know. Everybody's situation is different. But what I do know is I do know this. I had to figure out and the pressure and the weight of it was so much. Because I never had the soft girl life. I had to always take care of everything, even being married. My husband was like, take care of the kids. You do whatever you got to do. No, but I need you. No, you're here with them. You take care of them. And I was married. I want to paint him as a bad guy. But I had to always do it on my own, even when I was married. And I'm just being honest. As single mothers, we have to navigate our way through things that people who have not had this experience raising 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 kids by yourself and trying to make sure everybody get what they need and is happy and eating and all of those things. It is a very difficult place to be. Thank you, Berba. Thank you, baby. You said you're awesome. I thank you for the you're awesome gift. I love it. Thank you. But it's a difficult run. It's a difficult ride, but they don't stay young. Now I'm an empty nester, and I'm young enough to really enjoy my life. I really am. Like, I was hanging out in Manhattan over the weekend with my nephew, with my grown nephew and his wife, right? Same. I've always been alone. No village, no support. It's hard, but we do it, yes. And can I tell you why you do it, Mama Bird? Because you are powerful. And the truth is, you've always been unstoppable. And it doesn't matter. God's got your back more than anything else. And those people even that you sometimes think you need, God is showing you what you need is you need me. I promise. More than anything in the world. Right? Youngest one is more independent than the oldest. I'm an empty nest. Right. Oh, it's about to go all the way down, y'all. It's good empty nesters because they don't stay little forever. They don't stay little. And then you don't want everybody around your kids because you don't know what their intentions are. You know what I'm saying? So you are guarding them because you the mama bear. I know you got Mama Bird, but you the mama bear. And you are protecting them while feeding them by being their everything. That's all they know is you. But baby, let me tell you, they don't stay little long. Especially them boys. They grow up and they be protecting their mama. You probably won't even be able to get them in. They be like, no, who's this guy? Mama Bird, you'll be healed up and ready, and they'll be like, nope. You'll be like, y'all gotta go to college, because y'all... They're not gonna let... You're not coming in here with my mother. You know, that's what boys do. Boys are so protective, right? But I'm saying this to you because it won't always be like this, my love. Right. They think they're your fathers, right, Candy Girl? They think they're going to boss you around and tell you who to date. You be like, okay, y'all, I'm grown now. Y'all going about your business now, right? They putting you up on game now. Now they telling you what's going on. Oh my God. No, it's for real. I'm telling you, that's how boys are. That's how boys are. So I'm like, but it doesn't, this here doesn't last always. That's all I want to say, Mama Bird. You got this. You got this. You got this. And they're going to be amazing. So anybody got any questions, anything they want to ask? You want to come up, request to come up? Oh, wait a minute. 8.7 magnitude earthquake prompts tsunami alerts in California, Alaska, and Hawaii. Did y'all see that? You got this, and God got you, Mama Bear. Absolutely. And we're going to love up on you. We're going to love up on you, Mama Bear. We are. Because we know, because we've been there, because we got kids. A lot of us have children and they're grown, and we've been through all of it. And we're going listen, what we need to do, right? What we need to do. We need to talk on the phone like when you having a moment. Do you want to call me and vent a little bit? Yes, let's do that. Do y'all see this 8.7 magnitude earthquake prompt tsunami alert? Did y'all see this? It just popped up on my Fitbit. Yes. I don't know what's going on in the world today because I've been on TikTok since forever. Yeah, y'all, there's something crazy going on in Cali. I am calling Why No in Cali right now to tell them about it if they don't. You're ready. Yeah, because I don't know. I just happened to see this. I just happened to see this. Yeah. No, ma'am, check it now. Yeah, like I just popped up on my Fitbit. Breaking news. I don't know what's going on. I'm in California. Didn't hear any. Oh, wow. See, Essence, I know. Like, because people be all over the country. That's why I said that. So they're saying that. A tsunami alarm. I don't know. Didn't hear it. Well, it might not. I don't know. It just came up on my Fitbit. Let me see. Recent. Google it. Yeah, Google it. Because I want to know what's going on. Hope you stay safe. Yeah, how about that? Essence, let us know what's going on. Like, for real. That's crazy. Because we didn't know. I didn't know it just popped up. And I haven't been watching the news all day. Like, my TV is off. I've just been doing other things. I need to be unplugged from the wall, but I need to stay current, about what's going on. Oh, near Russia is what they said. Okay, got you. Thank you, Malika. Thank you, baby. Thank you. And it just prompted the tsunami alarm, right? It was an 8.7 on the Richter. That's what they said. But thank you, Lord, nothing has happened. Because I'm like, wait a minute, am I that much? I'm reading it now. We're on watch. Okay. All right, Essence. Long as you're aware, right? We need to pray. Y'all remember Essence tonight in prayer. And everybody on the West Coast, because we don't know what's going to happen. But we just going to pray that God just protects and guides and leads. Whatever happens, that God's got y'all. Yes. I'm like, wait, we gotta talk about this. Hold on. Because sometimes you just want to do, no, not that. Not that at all. It's a lot going on. Is there anybody who wants to come up who has a question or something that we can work out in real time? Just so you know, just be ready. I'm telling y'all to be ready. Listen. This is what I wanted to tell y'all about. I didn't talk about it last night, but I'm going to talk about it tonight. I have an Unlocking Your Love group that runs, and we meet bi-weekly, twice a month. And what I want you to do is I want you to go into the Stand store. I want you to go to the link in my bio, and I want you to check it out. I only mention this because all we're working on is our own personal healing and development. We're working on becoming better versions of ourselves. We are doing the work. We are leaning in. We are making executive decisions for our lives. And because we're doing this body of work, we can now begin the process of unlearning the stuff that's been keeping us in bondage, and learning what we need to do to move forward in our lives to attract the love that we deserve and we desire. I may not be for everyone, because I'm not easy like that. We're going to really work through this. We're going to get through this stuff. And I don't think I can sugarcoat stuff unless, I cannot sugarcoat stuff unless I don't want you to heal. But my goal is to get you to heal and get you to the place that you really want your life to change, right? And we cannot get there if we are not going to be honest and open. And because I am who I am, I'm going to say it straight and plain. We meet bi-weekly. You can go to my link in my bio. You can check it out. It's in my Stand store under digital products. And it's a monthly membership group. And you can get all the information. If you need any other information, you can email me, because my email address is there. And then this way we can have a deeper conversation or set up a meeting of some sort so that we can discuss privately what it is that you want to work on and whether or not the group would be advantageous for you. So I hope that you guys will join us in my Unlocking Your Love group. It is really, really good. And I want to see us all be successful. I really, truly do. I want us to work on being a better version of ourselves. Yes, becoming. It's an awesome community, and I would love for you to be a part of it. I pray the safety and protection of everyone on the West Coast in the name of Jesus. Of the U.S. in Jesus' name. Amen. 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 Amen, Moni. Amen. Amen. Thank you for that, sis. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. We almost at 50K. Can y'all tap it out for us, sister? Look, I'm over here tapping. I'm over here tapping it out. Yes. Yes. Yes, Essence. We are praying for you, baby. Yes. But everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen, Candy Girl. Say so. Look, I'm over here tapping out my own screen. Y'all know that's serious business. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God is amazing. God is good. We almost at 50K, y'all. We almost at 50K. Yeah. All right. We almost there. We almost there. Listen, if any of you want to talk to me privately, just send me an inbox message. We'll set something up. You can tell me what's going on in your head and in your heart in a private message if this setting is not conducive for you to speak your truth. I'm here. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I've been doing this a long time. I didn't get to this place. I didn't get to this place by not doing what it is that I do. Yes. I'm at 50K. Yes. Look, I'm doing my 50K dance. Y'all don't want it. And then I met my live achievement goal. Thank you so much, Malika. Y'all been coming through. Next time, 100K. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Y'all, thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. If any of y'all need me, just reach out. I'm going to try to get on here and be a little bit more active on TikTok, because I really need to. God knows. God knows I need to get a little bit more active on TikTok. I'll be so busy during the day, but I'm getting better. H says, thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Thank you, H. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes. God is good. He is amazing. Listen, guys, I will see all of you tomorrow night at 7. Now, when the guys come in, are y'all going to support me in my battle? Because I'm going to be battling when they come in. I need to set up a battle or two. That's what I need to do. I need to set up a battle or two. I got to get better at this. And I know TikTok wants me to do it. And don't forget, next week Wednesday, not this week Wednesday, next week Wednesday, I'm doing my sub only live. Next week Wednesday, I want you to be a part of it. So if you're not already part of my subscribers, you might want to subscribe. I froze. I'm sorry, my back. So next week Wednesday, sub only live. Okay? And yeah. Oh, I'm good. Okay. I was wondering. Okay. And I'm praying for all of y'all, especially Essence, anybody on the West Coast, my West Coast people. I'm praying for y'all. God bless y'all. Y'all have a wonderful and amazing night. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Send requests for what, Dr. Yolanda? Oh, you sent the request. Yes, y'all have an awesome and amazing. What time zone? EST. 7 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. Yes, Moni. Yes. Okay. All right, so I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7. Y'all be blessed, okay? All right, bye.